All right, here we go in the home stretch. He's Daryl Ryder. I'm Andy Baskin. It's always game day in Cleveland on the heels of Deshaun Watson being out for the season. He needs shoulder surgery for a broken bone in his shoulder. Daryl explained it really well about how tough he was. He also had a high ankle sprain that he also discussed. So I don't even know if, even if the shoulder would have been okay, if he would have played this week. It is always game day in Cleveland, brought to you by Smiley One and Bryant, Northeast Ohio's premier heating and cooling installers, and Bryant, of course, being the premier heating and cooling system. All right, Daryl. So let's go back on this just for a second. Why do you think they went with DTR Sunday over Walker?
Because PJ Walker turned it over a ton, and they invested a draft pick in DTR. And as we came to find out, he was the scout team player of the week. He will be forever remembered when he goes into Canton, Ohio. His first taste in the NFL, Cleveland Browns, week 10, scout team player of the week. I'm still processing, Andy.
You are just so full of blank and vinegar. You are, man. This is
processing all
this.
I was so excited. I was ready.
Daryl, I don't know where to go with this right now, because I'm like, where's the team? They've got to go out there and got to play. Yeah. They've done this next man up thing. They lost the best running back in the NFL, figured out a running attack. If Stefanski pulls this out, this will be his greatest hour, just like Apollo 13.
So let's go inside the locker room.
Here we go. Yes.
Let's go in the locker room, because as I wrote my brownie bites, everyone had the happy face on.
Okay.
Everyone had the Frank Drabin. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Everything's fine. We're good. Deshaun's season may be over, but we're going to be just fine without him. And I get it. That's all,
because we've practiced this drill for a couple of games already this season.
Right. But all sarcasm aside, Andy, that's how these guys have to think. Just like,
sure.
Oh, Deshaun's not able to play anymore the rest of the year. Oh, okay, DTR, it's your show. And okay, here's what we're going to do, folks, to try and beat the Steelers this weekend. Here's the game plan. It sounds very cold and very callous, but unfortunately, that's the business of the NFL at times. Yeah, you wish Deshaun well, hope he recovers and the surgery goes well and the rehab goes well and he's back next year and all that, right? Mm-hmm. But reality is that doesn't help us today, so we have to focus on what helps us today. And unfortunately, Deshaun can't really do much to help us today. Maybe he can be in DTR's ear a little bit, right? And pull an Aaron, do what Aaron Rodgers has been doing in New York with the Jets, with Zach Wilson, which I don't think it's really making much of a difference because Zach Wilson still sucks. But inside the locker room, I asked Martin Emerson about the pressure on being on the defense now to kind of carry this thing. And he said, hey man, there's no pressure. Might be pressure from you guys, might be pressure from fans or the outside looking in, but hey, we just have to find a way to do our job and win football games. Anthony Walker, hey man, yeah, basically said, hey, yeah, of course it sucks losing our franchise quarterback, but nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can control is what we end up doing out there on the field. And that's their mindset. Cedric Tillman, was beside himself when he found out what Deshaun played through on Sunday. And he even said, hey, Deshaun didn't say a word on the sidelines to anyone. He wasn't complaining about, hey man, my shoulder's killing me or whatever. He, I guess, kept that stuff to himself. Which I will admit, if that was me, I would have been telling everyone. I'd be like, my shoulder.
Well, he looked like he was in so much pain. We saw it, but I'm right. They did say, Daryl,
thought it was his ankle.
Yeah, but they did say today he also had a high ankle sprain.
Right. So, but I'm just saying, we thought the pain that he was experiencing was because of the ankle, not because of the shoulder. Remember when he, on the 16-yard run, right?
Yes.
On that final drive, they had to burn that timeout because he took too long to get up and they didn't want to miss a play. Like, I thought he was taking time because his ankle was barking. Might have been the shoulder that was bothering him, right?
Right.
So,
I remember offensive lineman. You know, it's funny. They showed a play. I saw it again today, and now I'm trying to remember who the offensive lineman was that was trying to help him up. And when he initially went,
don't touch me.
Yeah, he went in to go help him up through the shoulder, and then he was like, "Hang on," and then he picked him up through the middle, through the sternum, on his shoulder pads. And that just hit me when you said that. Now I thought about it.
Yeah, and the other thing too is even Deshaun, he doesn't know when he got hurt. He doesn't know when the shoulder got broke. He thinks it was in the second quarter, but he doesn't remember the hit. I saw a video where a couple of Ravens, I think Jadeveon Clowney was one of them. He got sandwiched.
And then Jadeveon got hurt.
Yeah. But yeah, Deshaun was like, yeah, I don't even remember. And I will say this kind of validates my argument that I had on a couple of podcasts ago when I laid into the national media, looking at you, Brady Quinn. When he got accused of being a trust fund baby, collecting his pounds, and I was like, you know what, you can criticize the results, you can criticize his availability and the reasons for his unavailability at times, all valid, but never question this dude's toughness. Like right there, Andy, I stubbed my toe, and I'm out of commission for a day.
That's true.
I am the.
Do you know how many podcasts we've had to cancel because of your damn toe? You're Sergeant Hulka. You're killing me, man.
I know. Like I got a tooth pulled, and I could barely talk for a week, and I was out of commission.
Oh, you battled through that one though. You were Deshaun Watson that day. Yeah.
But like, I'm just keeping it real. Like I have no pain threshold whatsoever. Like the slightest cut on my hand, and I'm like crying. I'm the biggest baby. And this
Glass Joe, baby. You're Glass Joe.
I mean, I'm brittle. I am fragile as fine china. But to think that he played, not that he just played, Andy, but he played really freaking well.
Well, it was 14-14 at one point, right?
In the second, it didn't. I am beside myself that he played through that. And it really sucks for Browns fan that coming off, like, because in my head, I'm like, holy crap, this team might be a Super Bowl contender now. They might.
Yeah, that'll change. That changed 9 hours ago.
Like it changed this morning at about 8:58 when I looked at my phone, and I honest to God, I had to double check the email address. I thought I got spam. I'm dead serious. I was that caught off guard. And it sucks to be a Browns fan. It really does. I feel for all you folks that root for this team year in and year out, because I mean, it's a roller coaster, and it feels like basically the entire experience is the fun is getting to the top of the demon drop, and then they drop you and you need the nearest trash can. Like, I just feel like that's what it must feel like to be a Browns fan coming off that Raven win, right? And everyone's pumped up, excited. I'm looking up what hotel rooms cost in Las Vegas in February. And
well, you save yourself some aggravation then, didn't you? That's how you feel now.
You know what it means?
You prepared yourself.
No, you know what it means, Andy? It means I won't have to sell my baseballs now.
Good. I was worried about that. The fact that you would have to sell your baseballs to go on the trip for as much work as you put in would be ironic.
But that's what would have to happen.
Yeah. All right, Daryl, will you come back on Sunday night in the postgame report if the Browns win, saying this is a miracle? What will you say?
I may quote Al Michaels. But you know
really?
What? Yeah. Well, the defense gives them a chance. That's the good news here. The defense gives them an honest chance in each and every game. I have no idea what to expect offensively, right? Defense can create all the turnovers in the world, and if they're not scoring points, you know what I mean? Because we saw that, right? The defense was getting turnovers, and the offense wasn't doing much with them, right? Like,
yep.
Yeah, I have no idea what to expect offensively from this team going forward. If it's good, it'll be a pleasant surprise. I'll be thrilled. If it's bad, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be yelling and screaming at anyone or blaming anyone because it is what it is. Life goes on without Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's just where they're at right now. They have what they have.
Daryl, I'm going to go against the grain. I think the Browns win on Sunday.
Think they win on Sunday?
One of us is going to eat crow on Sunday.
I didn't make a pick for Sunday.
I just still think the Browns will win. I
think they're going to win?
They win this Sunday. Yep.
I'm going to watch a few more.
It may not be a thing of beauty, but I think they win.
Oh, I think, and that was, part of the message coming out of that locker room today was it don't have to be pretty. We just need one more point than they got. It
hasn't been pretty all year, so why stop now?
And you know who's the king of winning ugly? The team that's coming to town on Sunday. I know. Awfully ugly football. But
Forrest Gump,
it's a thing of beauty, and that's probably the kind of football the Cleveland Browns are going to have to play for them to get, to the playoffs.
He's Daryl Ryder. I'm Andy Baskin. Meredith Kane, you're the greatest producer in the history of this podcast. Don't ever think twice about that. Thank you, Meredith. It's always game day in Cleveland. We'll see you after the Browns Steelers. It will be interesting. It's always game day in Cleveland.